Hi, Mandy, as in Mandy's a geek, which yeah, I am. Anyway, this time I might end up waffling for ages, so word of warning. But yeah, today I'm doing my 10 favourite graphic novels slash. Sorry about this, my hair's very 80s today. My favourite graphic novels slash collected editions. Now, I've tried not to go for like the cliche ones, what a lot of people go for. So there's a few that everybody knows, and then I thought go for a few more that might not be as well known, and just give them a bit of exposure. Because what I've done is based on books that I have done multiple reads on. Ones that it's like comfort food. It's books that I'll go back to, and I'll still get a buzz or get enjoyment from reading them, and I'll see something new each time I read them. So 10 of them. I've got 10, and a lot of them are so heavy, so there might be a lot of grunting and noises like my back breaking as I try and lift them up. So we'll start with the first one, but like I said, it's not in any order. It's just 10 that I love, so there's no top 10, no countdown or anything like that. So the first one I'm going to bring up, it's a big boy, and this is a book or a series that when it first came out, I hated it. Well, not when it first came out because I was too young really to appreciate them, but when it came out in a reprint, I bought it. I was like, And the reason being, I hated this artist when I was growing up. If I saw a Marvel comic or a DC comic with his artwork in, 9 out of 10 times I put it down. It was only until I reached my late teens, early 20s when something in my brain just went poof, and I appreciated him for the genius that he is. He is almost like it's almost like a godlike genius with in the comics world, and it's this particular series because I reread the reprint again, and I was like, when I was older, and I was like, oh my god, this is fantastic. The prose is really flowery, and but this was the 70s, and that's what they did. I mean, look at Chris. Oh, not again. Claremont, and how he did the X-Men. Everything was like, why use one word when you could use 500? A bit like this. But so I got this bad boy, this omnibus. This was my first omnibus, actually. Don't buy omnibuses. It leads to unhappiness and poverty. But the first one I bought was, oh my god, Jack Kirby's Fourth World, and this is where this is the beginnings of the New Gods, Apocalypse, Darkseid, people like Mr. Miracle, Orion, and also in the Fourth World, he took on a title what was like treated like a novelty title, and he turned it into something completely cool and fun, and that was Jimmy Olsen. He used that to introduce things like the Newsboy Legion, and tie it into his whole apocalypse story scenario, and just amazing. I mean, the artwork was it was pop art. It literally popped off the page, but I'm trying to see. Each page is just fantastic. I mean, he's done a lot of work, but for me, this cemented my love for DC and my love for, especially, I love the whole New Gods, Darkseid, anything like that. I mean, one of my all-time favourite books, which I would have shown, but I've not got in physical comic form anymore, is what's it called? The Great Darkness Saga, I think it's called. The Legion of Superheroes one with Keith Giffen, which had Darkseid as the main villain. Just amazing. And again, if you trace it all back, it all goes back to Jack Kirby. And he's such a world builder, and he brought so much of his own mythology into comics that you forget that it wasn't around before he was. You forget that it wasn't always there. He brought it in, and I mean, oh my god, the artwork is fantastic. But yeah, this book, like I said, I've read it in numerous formats, and I've not actually read this yet, the omnibus, because it's just so hefty. But I will do. Just got to do a bit of think I need to go to the gym for a bit so I can actually lift it up without a crane. And it's just fantastic. I mean, you've got strips like Mr. Miracle. The whole apocalypse idea concept is just. I mean, without New Gods, there'd be no Star Wars. I mean, Darkseid is basically Darth Vader. Apocalypse is basically the Death Star. I mean, and I'm not sure if George Lucas ever agreed or not, but it's been commented on before, and so. Excuse me, I'm having a hair moment. 1 second.